Hey guys, welcome back. Wow, two videos in one day. So this is the second part of the makeup brushes video. I have already filmed the base makeup brushes video, and since that video was getting too long, I decided to do a separate video for eye makeup brushes. So in this video, I'm going to share my guide on how to buy eye makeup brushes. So let's get started. Okay, so eye makeup brushes are a little bit trickier, I would say. It depends on the kind of eye makeup you like. And you do in a real life. So I will show you the brushes I like for the kind of eye makeup I do. Okay, so this is sort of a rough guide and I will tell you why I like these kind of brushes. Okay, so first of all, I would say for eye makeup, blendability is the key. The brushes need to blend the eye makeup really well, and also the brushes need to be dense enough to pick up the pigment and apply on the lid really well. So there needs to be a fine balance between density and how soft the brush is and how good the brush blends. Okay, so the first brush example which I'm showing you, this is not a recommendation, this is just an example. Okay, so this is like a standard blending brush which you will get. You will see this very often. So this is a brush from Kaleidos. So you can see that this brush is very fluffy. It can cover a lot of space on the lid. I don't prefer these kind of brushes most of the time. This is something which I will keep like for overall, if I want to overall blend, then I will have this brush. Most of the time I don't even use these kind of brushes. What I like are, this I will call is a large eyeshadow blending brush. What I like are brushes like this. Now this is again a Kaleidos blush S2. The first one is S1. So this is just an example, a guide. So just keep that in mind. So look at the difference in the sizes of the two brushes. This one is a much more smaller. This is not as flared, and this has a little bit less of that, fluffiness. So this brush will be able to work on a more targeted space, while this one will go everywhere. So this is more like a cleanup sort of a brush, which it's very optional. What I will recommend for a blending brush is something like this, which I will say is a medium sized brush. Don't get blending brushes which are just too big, too fluffy, because then your eyeshadow is going to go everywhere. You don't want to apply eyeshadow near your eyebrows. I mean, you can do that. I don't do that. I don't really like that look where I have eyeshadows to my eyebrows. I like my eyeshadows to stay a little bit above my crease line. So this is a perfect brush for that. It's not very flared and it's nice and soft. The bristles are very good quality and it gets the job done. Okay, so this is a nice blending brush size I will recommend. What I also like is this one. Okay, now this one is from Zoeva. This is the Luxe Crease brush in 228. It's an amazing brush. This is how this one looks like. Now this one, the size is almost the same, okay, but this one is flared, this one is tapered. Okay, so with this one you will get a much more concentrated blend. The shadow is not going to go everywhere. You will just be focused in that area. So love these two brushes for blending. Look for sizes like this and brushes like this. For eyeshadow application, I don't like brushes which are too fluffy. Two more brushes I would like to show you. These are on the flatter side. Okay, they look very similar. One is from Kaleidos and another is from Zoeva. The Zoeva one is soft definer. The Kaleidos one is S3. So you can see these are also nice and fluffy. If I have to compare with the previous one, these are also nice and fluffy, but they are more flat. Okay, so the Kaleidos one is also very similar. They are flatter. So these kind of brushes also work great in case you want to just sweep eyeshadow on your eyelid. These brushes work great, and also these brushes work for blending the eyeshadow as well. So these are dual purpose kind of brushes. Okay, so these are the four kind of brush shapes I will recommend. Here are the four kind of blending brush shades I will recommend. Try to go in for blending brushes which are not too fluffy, not too big. My favorite kind of brushes, it's so difficult to say brush. My favorite kind of brushes are these. Okay, so these is 231 Luxe Petit Crease. Love this brush. I have two of them. I think I have one more. These are the Zoeva 231 brushes. So these are very similar to the previous one I showed you, but much smaller in size. Okay, so here you can see the brush size, the similar size, but this is more shorter. The bristles are shorter. So since the bristles are shorter, they are a little bit more denser, so they are excellent for picking up the product, blending in the outer V region and then just applying in this region. So it's very tapered, it's not going to go everywhere, so you'll have a controlled application. Must buy these kind of brushes. Even if you don't buy blending brushes, it's fine. You should get these kind of brushes which are smaller in size. Okay, so all of the brushes which I'm showing you right now are very similar. The two Zoeva ones I showed you, these are two Colourpop ones. One is E9. Oh no, both are E9. Okay, so I have two Colourpop E9 brushes, very similar. So must have smaller, denser brushes which will help you in controlled application of eyeshadows. Even smaller than this are these brushes. Highly recommend. I think eyeshadow application it looks 10 times better if you are building up the color, you are making a more detailed application. Especially my kind of eyeshadow application is very detailed. I go in the inner corners, in the inner lid with different colors. Also in the outer V, I go and pack colors in the lash line. Also in the lower lash line, I love to apply eyeshadow. So for that, for very detailed work, I will also recommend eyeshadow brushes. So this is even smaller than the one I showed you right now. So this one is Zoeva 230 Luxe pencil. So previous one was like this and this one is like this. Okay, so must have these kind of smaller brushes as well. This will help you to like have a more detailed blend or a detailed application of shadow in the outer V, lower lash line, inner corners, even the highlighting of the brow bones. You can get very precise application. Something similar from BH Cosmetics also I have, which is very similar. Okay, these two have that same shape. I'm sorry my brushes have color on them because I have been using them. They are not washed. If I had waited for me to wash the brushes, this video would have not happened. There is another brush which I love. It's a very highly recommended brush, E42 Precision Foam Blender from Sigma. Okay, so this is a really good brush. This one, if I compare with this, you can see this is a little less dense and not as fat as the Zoeva one, the previous one. This is more slimmer. This also picks up product really well. I love this brush for the outer V application. It just works great. I in fact have ordered one more. So these kind of brushes, the smaller brushes, highly recommend. Okay, then we will go even smaller. Yes, I'm telling you, look for eyeshadow brushes, especially if you're looking for sets. Look for sets which have brushes which will help you do detail work. Look for the sets of brushes in which the shape of the brushes are mostly small. Don't go for those sets which have this big fluffy eyeshadow brushes. Okay, so they are of no use. If you want nice good application of eyeshadow, try to get more detailed brushes and maybe one or two blending brushes. Okay, so these detailed brushes also I will highly recommend. First one is this one, a liner brush, a Sigma small eyeliner brush, the Inglot liner brush. They are amazing for eyeliner. If you are into gel eyeliner, pot eyeliners, this is a very good. Okay, other than that, these kind of brushes you should have. Okay, these are flat, sort of small, very detailed work brushes. Okay, so these are very handy. Especially I love to have, I have I think 4 or 5 of them. I want to buy more of these detail brushes. This will help you in the inner corners, highlighting your inner corners. It just gives the whole eye look a different look. Your eyes look more open, the eye looks complete. So this is great for highlighting the inner corners, the lower inner corners, even for applying a little bit of eyeshadow here, for liner work, for lower lash line, for eyebrow highlight. These are amazing. So definitely have brushes which are this small. Okay, and the last kind of eyeshadow brush which I will recommend to have, maybe at least one, are these kind of flat brushes. Okay, now these sort of flat brushes will help you pack colors. Okay, these are very dense. Sorry, these are very dense, and they will help you pick up the pigment and pack it on your eyelid or even the outer V. This is just for packing the colors. This is not for blending. Okay, don't try to blend your eyeshadows with this, because the eyeshadow application is going to look very deep and stark. You want your blending brushes to be very fluffy. This is just for packing. So I have this one from Zoeva, the Luxe Classic Shader. Now this one, I will just pick up the eyeshadow and just pack on my eyelid like this, okay, in a packing motion. So this is going to help place that eyeshadow on the lid, and then with a blending brush you just blend that eyeshadow away. So this kind of brushes also help to apply the eyeshadow to the lid. You can also have this one, the eye shading brush in E55 from Sigma. This is also a good one. It's a little bit more stiffer and denser, so it picks up the product really well. There's one more I have from Sonia Keshak, I think. This one, this is also flat. Okay, this also helps to pack the product. So these are the kind of eye makeup brushes I love and I own. If I have to tell you 5 brushes you should have, the kind of brushes, okay, I'm not talking about the brand, the shape of brushes. Like when I am traveling, this is how my travel makeup bag looks like. Okay, I will pick up one of this. This is a tapered blending brush. I will pick up one of this, which is a flared blending brush. Okay, I will pick up one of this. This is a little bit smaller, like this. Then I will pick up one of this, the smaller one. This is for like applying under the eyelashes. Then I'll pick up one of the smaller tapered brushes. Okay, then I will pick up this one, which is this very small petite brush, and I will pick up one eye shader brush. Okay, so this is the lineup I will have if I am traveling. I hope you get the idea about the brush shapes and why I am picking them. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so 7 kind of brushes if you have, then you are good to go for any kind of eyeshadow application. And of course, for eyeshadow application also use your fingers. For shimmer shadows, I don't really trust too many brushes here. I just use my fingers. I really have to find a brush that good which will apply shimmer shadows very well. Okay, so that's my brush guide for eye makeup application. I hope this video was helpful. You got the idea. If you have any sort of questions, then do let me know in the comment section below. I will have all the brush names which I have mentioned in the description box as well. So yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new here, I will really hope you will consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.